Hello and welcome back to the kitchen at Most Blessed Sacrament Church in Bali. I'm Father James, the pastor here, and I'll be your chef today as well. And this is our third entry for the third year of the Cooks with Collars competition in the Diocese of Allentown. Now, I'm really excited because we got a great project going on here at the church. That is the restoration of St. Francis Academy as the very first classical Catholic school in the Diocese of Allentown. So all of your votes and all the proceeds that you generously donate are going to go to a much needed project as an upgrade to our heating system in the school and to support that reopening. And so to stick with the St. Francis of Assisi theme that we have, today I'm going to present to you a food that is very common and popular in Assisi, pasta alla norcina. Now, while I have a pan of water heating up to boil some pasta later on, I'll describe this dish a little bit and why it's a popular one in Assisi. My first time going to Assisi, I was surprised when I got off the train and really excited because I saw a truck with all kinds of pork cuts hanging from it, and I realized that pork is really popular in Assisi and throughout that region. And it wasn't slowing me down any, certainly. I was there to venerate the saints of that town, but also it's always a good reason to find a great meal while you're in Italy. Now let's make sure you all have a great meal. Here are your ingredients for the pasta alla norcina. There's fresh sausage, some onion, light cream, which is pretty close to an Italian cooking cream, a dry white wine, some olive oil, and I've chosen rigatoni as the pasta. It's pretty traditional to use that, and of course salt and pepper. Also a traditional ingredient for alla norcina would be black truffle. When they're in season, they would certainly be used. I don't really care for truffle, so I'm leaving it out. Because of the importance in the region, we got to give some love to the pork product here. This is how I made this sausage. You can use any Italian sausage you like, but usually here in the United States they're loaded with fennel. That's not really normal for this dish, so to come up with something a little bit more traditional, I took some ground pork and also some of this diced pancetta that I put through a food processor, made the mixture out of that with some fresh garlic, some salt and black pepper, a splash of dry white wine, and a very tiny bit of nutmeg. First thing we did was heat up the pan. Then we're going to put in some oil, which should be getting pretty hot pretty fast. And we're going to throw the onions in, and we want them to soften and saute slowly. I'm going to put a little salt in there. Now that the onions are just starting to brown, it's a good time to throw in the sausage. This will keep them from burning, and it starts the sausage cooking. The water's boiling, so I'm going to put in the pasta. The pasta's cooking well. I turned up the heat again on the sausage, and it's just starting to get some brown bits at the bottom of the pan. And now is a great time to add about 3/4 of a cup of white wine. I'm using Pinot Grigio. That was fun. Now when you put the wine in, it's going to cool off the pan, and the liquid is going to help release those brown pieces off the bottom of the pan and really get all that flavor mixed in and what's going to make a great sauce. You can see we have a lovely thing going on here. A lot of the liquid had evaporated, and so it's concentrating that wine flavor along with the sausage and onions that we put in, and it's really great already. So what makes anything that's good better is fat. And so we're going to put cream in there. Now you can use heavy cream, or we have this light cream. And we're going to see what that looks like. Say it needs a little bit more yet. And I'm going to guess that was about 1/4 cup. Now that the cream is heated up, I've lowered the heat significantly, almost off. And it's a good time now that it's cooled down just a little bit to add in some of your cheese. I'm going to grate it fresh right over the pan. Cheese has all the convenience of being both salt and fat. I think that's looking pretty good, and so we're going to introduce the pasta to the pan with the sauce in it, bring over some of that pasta water and let the pasta finish cooking in the pan. Now I'm going to take a big cup of the pasta water and add that into the sauce in the pan. And then mix it all together. You're looking at that and say, man, you really screw that up. It's all thin now and watery. That's a good possibility, but I think if we let it cook for a couple more minutes, it'll come together just like we want. While this pasta is happily cooking, and in honor of St. Francis of Assisi, I thought I'd take us through a little tour of the animals I run into here in Bali. Because we have cow pastures out, and we have dairy cows, of course, producing milk every day at the Geringer's farm. And as an extra treat, there's a ton of farm cats running around. While you were looking at the cats, I added just another couple shreds of cheese. And now I'm grating in some fresh pepper into this. Looking really good. The sauce has thickened again. It's coating the pasta, and by finishing cooking the pasta in that sauce, both thickened the sauce and allowed all that flavor to penetrate right inside of the pasta. And here we have the beautiful and luxurious pasta alla norcina. Thanks for joining me today in the kitchen at Most Blessed Sacrament Church in Bali. And remember, please, to vote for us and to vote often so that we can continue our great work for the church and the school. We thank you for the time that you spent with us today and going on a little tour of the area as well. And I gotta go say grace before meals pretty soon because, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat this. And I hope you try it too. May God bless you, and thank you for your time.